Good morning. In this, the 259th year of Rutgers, the State University of New Jersey, I welcome you to the graduation convocation marking the 117th year of the law school, the oldest component of Rutgers University Newark. Now, would you all please rise as the national anthem is presented by Rebecca Salazar, a rising third-year student at Rutgers Law School.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Rebecca. It is my pleasure now to introduce members of the platform party. Starting nearest to my left, Jeffrey Robinson, Provost and Executive Vice Chancellor of Rutgers University Newark. The Honorable Zahid Qureshi, United States District Judge for the District of New Jersey. Professor Shawnee King, Vice Dean. Professor Ronald Chen, Associate Dean for Academic Affairs. Professor Doug Eakley, our faculty speaker. And Freddie Davis, our student speaker. Sarah Regina, Associate Dean for Student Affairs. Melissa Riley, Alumni Association President and Class of 2018. And Professors Reed Weisbord and Kelly Deere, our faculty hooders. To my right, members of the Board of Governors and Board of Trustees of the University, Robert Friedman, Teresa Rodriguez, and Robert Schwartz. Also present on the stage this afternoon, the faculty and deans of Rutgers Law School. I would like to now invite to the podium Jeffrey Robinson, Provost and Executive Vice Chancellor of Rutgers University Newark, who will say a few words of welcome.
Good morning, everyone. And thank you, Dean Bond, for inviting me to say a few words to you. Welcome to the distinguished and worthy faculty of Rutgers Law School. Welcome to you. Everybody else's emails, by the way, are only one screen, not 7. But seriously, I'm here to welcome all of the participants in this ceremony, our faculty, our hardworking staff, and most importantly, congratulations to the class of 2024. In a matter of 36 days, I'll be taking over as the interim chancellor of this great educational institution. This year, we have 4,832 graduates. That is 4,832. They're not all here today, don't worry. But the entire institution is celebrating all of our graduates today. This is an educational institution that is in Newark and of Newark. And after the past 10 years of excellence under the leadership of Chancellor Nancy Cantor, we are very proud of you. Nancy Cantor will be stepping off of our stage here in the next few days, and it is exciting for me and for others to think about the future of our campus. Most importantly, when I think about the graduates who are here today, I think about all of the opportunities and possibilities that you have. Just reflecting for a moment upon the last 10 years, Chancellor Nancy Cantor, who may be a little bit shorter than me, but is a giant when it comes to making opportunities and access for students from diverse backgrounds. She has made some very large shoes for me to fill. She is a champion of equity, of justice, and community engagement, themes that echo throughout our Rutgers Law School. And even in these fraught times, her commitment to these ideals has kept the academic leaders of Rutgers Newark focused on what is important. Even in these times that ring true with the words of Charles Dickens, it's the best of times, it's the worst of times, her example is one for all of these soon-to-be graduates to take note of. Because at the end of this ceremony, each of you lawyers will take an oath that says that you will treat all persons with fairness, civility, respect, and honesty. Work always with care, with a whole heart, and in good faith to promote inclusiveness in and equal access to the judicial system. In these turbulent times, yet exciting times, in these disturbing yet empowering times, we celebrate you, confirming what my law faculty colleagues have said to me many times, that two things can be true at the same time. In these times, I encourage all of you to be advocates for good. Always pursue justice. Never forget your law school alma mater. And now, I have 2 special shout-outs for 2 special families. Now, like some of us tell our children, you're all special. But these 2 families have some specialness to them that is very significant to me. First, the Davis family. I'm sure all of you are, but in a little while, the rest of the yarns will realize how special you are because of the multi-generational nature of your relationship with this fine law school. And the Mason family. And the reason that family is special to me is because they represent, in their student who's graduating today, a connection between the life that I have outside of Rutgers and the life that I have inside of Rutgers. You ever have that moment where you meet somebody at a place and you're saying, I can't believe you're here? I had that moment with Kristen Mason. She's graduating this year. Because what most of the students probably don't know is that she's very involved in her church family. And she actually does some of the sign language interpretation at our church. And I've known her for years, seeing her do that in her family. And it's very rewarding for me when I became the provost just a little while ago, finding out that she was not only a student here, but at the time a rising 2L. Well, she'll be graduating today. So to those 2 families who represent all of the families who are here today, I say congratulations. And class of 2024, make us proud.
Good afternoon. Welcome, esteemed faculty, staff, alumni, friends, families, and most importantly, welcome to the class of 2024. Today is your day, and we are all here to honor you. We recognize all of the hard work, that it took to get here, all the study group sessions, the late nights, the early mornings, the time spent practicing your oral argument in front of your spouse, your kids, your parents, your dog, pretty much anyone who would listen. Many of you are first-generation students. Many will be the first lawyer in your family. Many of you held down a job or raised kids while juggling the demands of law school. Getting through law school is an accomplishment in and of itself, but so many of you excelled in law school while also undertaking work, volunteer, and family obligations. You are an inspiration to all of us. The Newark Law graduates sitting here today have each played a role in shaping this extraordinary community. We have watched as you supported each other when class lectures seemed impenetrable or when your law school friends lost a loved one. Together, you have built a community that celebrates each other's successes and offers support when life and law school are challenging. This is also your alumni community. These are the folks you will lean on and who will lean on you throughout your career. These are not just professional contacts, these are lifelong friends. And you will always have a home here at Rutgers Law School. You are poised to enter the legal profession. You've learned from our talented faculty how to serve your clients with empathy, legal acumen, and an abiding commitment to professional ethics. But I know you have learned so much more. An important part of being a lawyer is giving back to your community, whether through pro bono work, government service, or public interest law practice. We need look no further than Daniel Adamek, Tiani Bope, Anna Marie Griffith, some of our graduating students who have demonstrated unwavering commitments to public service and provided countless hours of pro bono legal work to underserved communities. The class of 2024 has together provided 4,550 hours of pro bono legal service. Our graduates understand that you have the ability and the obligation to give back by providing free or low-cost legal services, by mentoring the next generation of lawyers, and by providing leadership to your communities. And the world needs you now more than ever. Lawyers are leaders. Lawyers uphold the rule of law. It was lawyers who drafted the Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act, Title VII, and the Equal Pay Act. It was lawyers who fought the hard-won legal battles in Brown versus Board of Education. Last week, we celebrated the 70th anniversary of the Brown versus Board decision. And although the long arc of the moral universe does in fact bend toward justice, we still have work to do. It was lawyers on our faculty, working with some of you as part of the New Jersey Innocence Project, who overturned the convictions of Dion Miller and Armand McLeod, both of whom were exonerated this year after being wrongfully convicted and incarcerated for decades. And lawyers will fight the influential battles in the years to come. You and your colleagues will define the limits and the promise of artificial intelligence, ensure that new drugs receive patents so that they can reach the hands of sick people, determine the parameters of consumer protection, draft new global treaties to address climate change, and rethink how mass incarceration operates in our society. This is a tall order, but I know that each and every one of you is up to the task. To do all this, you will need empathy, humanity, and grace. James Baldwin said, "It is a terrible and inexorable law that one cannot deny the humanity of another without diminishing one's own. In the face of one's victim, one sees oneself." You all have the wisdom, empathy, and courage to see yourself in the humanity of others. May you carry that with you throughout your entire legal career. So to the class of 2024, you did it, and we are so proud of you. We are so proud to welcome you into the incredible community of Rutgers Law School alumni. Please take a moment today to thank the people who supported you during your law school journey. No one walks this path alone, and we are all so grateful to you and to everyone who helped you along the way. Again, congratulations to the class of 2024. Sarah Regina, our Associate Dean for Student Affairs, will introduce today's student speaker.
Thank you. Good morning. Welcome to the family and friends. Congratulations, class of 2024. I am so proud of you. It is my pleasure to introduce this year's student speaker, who was elected by all of you. Frederick E. Davis III, or Freddie as we know him, graduated from the University of Chicago in 2018 with a bachelor's degree in philosophy. After graduating from college, Freddie joined the City of Orange Township Mayor's Office and Law Department. At Rutgers Law, Freddie served as the president of the Association of Black Law Students. He is also a proud member of the Minority Student Program, where he led a legal skills study group to help prepare 1Ls for academic success. After law school, Freddie will join Sullivan and Cromwell, LLP, as an associate. He graduates today alongside his brother, Will. He's out there. They both follow in the footsteps of their father, Mr. Davis, who was class of 93 from Rutgers Law School. So where are the rest of Will and Freddie's family and parents? Okay. I truly cannot imagine the pride you must feel watching not one, but two of your sons earn their JDs today. Mr. and Mrs. Davis, thank you, and congratulations. Thank you for sharing your sons with us. I was at the MSP graduation earlier this week where both Will and Freddie spoke. The room was filled with love and admiration for these two young men. They have both left an incredibly positive mark on our community, and we are excited about their futures as Rutgers Law alumni. Freddie, the podium is yours.
All right. Thank you, Dean Regina, for those kind remarks. Good morning, Rutgers Law family, friends, faculty, staff, and most especially, my fellow graduates. I am Freddie Davis, and it is an honor to serve as this graduation student speaker. Today is a momentous day, a day that should be filled with joy, celebration, and reflection. We earned the right to step out into the world as proud lawyers. However, just for a moment, I would like for us to meditate and pray, if that's your thing. The world is saturated with strife. We're so lucky to be able to come together and fellowship when so many worry about their own physical safety and well-being. Whether it's Congo, Sudan, Israel and Palestine, Ukraine, or even our very streets of Newark, poverty and senseless violence are just a couple of challenges that no person on this stage or out there in the seats can solve on their own. But maybe if we put our minds and efforts together, we can leave the world a better, brighter, and safer place. So please, a moment of silence. Except for that cell phone. Well, I promise the rest of my speech will be lighter, and don't worry, Dean Regina and Dean Chen, when I timed the speech, I included that bit of reflection. So let me just say, wow, it just feels amazing to be up here and with y'all because we've made it, right? I mean, I am surrounded by so much love, all these smiles, all these cheers. It feels good to be participating in a ceremony that serves as a manifestation of all of our triumphs, a payoff for all of our sacrifices, and a testimony to the obstacles we have overcome. With these remarks, I don't plan to be before you long, because when I was selected graduation speaker, my younger brother Will, he told me, Freddie, we got places to be after this, you need to keep it short. And family, I will be honest with you, I still don't know what those places are just yet, but he sounded very urgent, so I'll make sure I be there. You know, when we came into law school, we took a legal writing class, and I had Professor Solon, and she told me that when I give remarks or write anything, I'm supposed to give the audience a roadmap. So I'll just let you know I didn't reinvent the wheel. I'm gonna thank some people, I'm gonna get up on a soapbox, and I'm gonna give you some encouragement for how we proceed from here. So without further ado, I would like to thank my class, the Rutgers Newark Law School class of 2024, for choosing me to deliver these remarks. That's probably gonna be the biggest clap because it was for y'all. But it's not lost on me how hard that choice was for the audience's education, for everybody's guests. The nominees for student speaker included such stars such as student body president Fotini Sisois, activist Jacine Massoud, the always smiling Catherine Daniel, cool, calm, and collected Matthew Harm, the incomparable Esther Huang, and my best friend Barbara Harris Jackson. For anyone who voted for anyone else, please go up to them, ask them what they'd say. You clearly value their opinion and their voice, so please share that moment with them and let them know that they're appreciated. On behalf of the graduating students, I would like to thank the law school's administration, faculty, and staff. A particular triumph I want to highlight is the work of Deans Sala, Steinbaum, and CFO Jeff Balog, and many more in converting all of the conditional scholarships into non-conditional merit aid, which made law school accessible regardless of one's academic performance. I hope you all take time to appreciate the faculty and staff who helped you make it this far. But since I have the mic, let me take a moment to specifically thank Professors Gotzel, Hawk, and Dean Chen for their patience with me. Professor Hawk couldn't make it today, but he told me to tell Track 4, and especially Gabby Ferreira, Lee Crutcher, and Ryan Protter, he says hello. And lastly, I'd also want to thank Professor Whitman for always being there when I need a letter of recommendation. My parents, thanks for everything you've instilled with me, and my grandma and great aunt for being role models in my life. You guys are lucky. Usually my grandma carries a cowbell with her, but I don't hear it. So, and I have other family here too, but I don't want y'all to search them out just in case you didn't like my remarks. So for the soapbox, and I sincerely hope this doesn't set off any culture wars at your graduation party, but we came to the People's Electric Law School. We are graduating from the People's Electric Law School, and our school earned that name based on its students' commitment to social activism in Newark and the broader community. This legacy was front and center in my mind when I was deciding to attend Rutgers. For example, following the Newark riots, the students and faculty of our school took a stand with marginalized communities, namely Black people, and established the Minority Student Program. MSP might have been one of the single most important factors for me deciding to submit my seat deposit to Rutgers. However, Legacy isn't just a backwards-looking concept. Inherent to the idea of someone or something's legacy is a hypothesis on how that person or thing will be perceived in the generations to come. We have a legacy of being the People's Electric Law School, but what are we doing to live up to it? What are we doing to protect MSP and the affinity groups in light of the recent affirmative action decisions? What are we doing for the LGBT community in light of the spree of attacks on free speech in public schools and libraries? What are we doing for women in the wake of the overturning of Roe v. Wade? Now is not the time for us to stand on coattails, but to use our power for good. Graduates, no matter what firm, institution, or agency you end up in after this, or what field or sphere of law you practice in, we owe this nation a duty to protect its democracy, defend its freedoms, and lead us into a more prosperous era. Now, no, don't clap. I prefer the action, okay? So, but there might be some hesitation, okay? Whoa, Freddie, surely this doesn't apply to me, because trust me, I understand. As I stand on this stage, I can't help but reflect upon the undergraduate Freddie. See, undergraduate Freddie couldn't proudly attend his graduation because while his friends would receive degrees, he received a placeholder. Undergraduate Freddie, by the time he was to cross the graduation stage, had not fulfilled all requirements to earn a diploma. I do not know if anyone in here finds themselves in that situation, but I do know graduations, as much as a cause for excitement and glee, can be a source of anxiety. You see, graduations offer hundreds of mini moments of individualized celebration, and that can be a good thing. But beneath and around those moments, intrusive thoughts can obfuscate the reasons to be happy. Ooh, I didn't do as well as so-and-so, or that person has a job, but I don't yet, all the way to the extreme of, I made it this far. But what is the point? Like, what do I have to show for it? I vividly remembered once having those thoughts, and just those people, I say, graduation is an inflection point in our lives. One more discrete opportunity to change our path and focus on what's most important to us. As a child, I used to pick weeds out of the yard with my mother. My favorite one to pick was the dandelion, because I love blowing on its seeds to make a wish. Graduates, we are dandelions, and Rutgers Law School has plucked us from where we were, and its rigors, or dare I say terrors, have blown us into different directions. But that's not to say that we're weeds. No, we're resilient. You see, dandelions, like Rutgers Law School graduates, are renowned for their ability to grow in all sorts of conditions. Just don't even take my word for it. On this stage, later we will hear from Judge Kouachi, who was the first Muslim American judge appointed to the federal bench. In Camden, they heard from Justice Fabiana Pierre-Louise, who was the first African American woman appointed to the Supreme Court of New Jersey. See, these are Rutgers graduates. It's not just abstract. I'm not just speaking BS. I'm sorry, I couldn't curse because my grandma here. Like, these are real people, you know, and I can hear the groaning. Come on, Freddie, I don't care about your metaphors. Give it to me straight. Well, at my lowest point, Will, I was taught a poem that began, out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods might be for my unconquerable soul. And GJ, that sort of reminded me of a saying we had in the church that said, weeping may endure for a night, but joy will come in the morning. And Shakima, you're gonna laugh when I say this, but the mantra I'm gonna add on top of that comes from what Kendrick Lamar said just recently, because you know what, graduates, no matter how low you are, no matter how useless you feel you are, sometimes you gotta pop out and show people who you are, okay? Okay? Because we, as the graduating class, we are a lot of things. Your scholars, your government officials, shout out Joe Badolski, your public defenders, civil servants, your bankers, corporate executives, soon to be chief legal officers. You are not that grade you got on your constitutional law final. You are not that late penalty you incurred on a large assignment. You are the master of your fate. You are the captain of your soul. And I do not profess to have any psychic abilities, but let me predict this. You are a member of the single greatest class to be produced by this law school. Please, from the bottom of my heart, I beg you, remain the protagonist of your dreams. I don't care how this law school treated you. Achieve what you came here to achieve. I don't know what the future has in store for us, but I know it will be great. Just promise me this one thing. Once you've reach the pinnacle of your mountaintop. Save a space for me. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Freddie. Always, always an inspiration. Thank you. I am proud to introduce my colleague, Professor Douglas Eakley, as this year's faculty speaker chosen by the graduating class. Professor Doug Eakley joined Rutgers Law School in 2012 as the first occupant of the Allen V. Lowenstein Chair in Corporate and Business Law after several decades in private practice specializing in complex commercial litigation. He's the founder and co-director of the Rutgers Center for Corporate Law and Governance and the Rutgers Law School Entrepreneurship Clinic. He teaches courses in business organizations, corporate governance, and compliance and enterprise risk management. A former Rhodes Scholar and graduate of Yale College, Oxford University, and Yale Law School, Professor Eakley served as the first Assistant Attorney General of the state of New Jersey during the administration of Governor James J. Florio. In 1993, he was appointed by President William Clinton to the Board of Directors of the Legal Services Corporation, which he chaired until April 2003. His current professional affiliations include serving as a founding trustee and former chair of the New Jersey Institute for Social Justice. He is also a trustee and former chair of Legal Services of New Jersey and treasurer of the New Jersey Public Broadcasting Authority. Professor Eakley is a consummate professional dedicated to the values of social justice most dear to our beloved institution's mission. He is a valued colleague and a dedicated educator. I am thankful for his many contributions to Rutgers Law School and not at all surprised that this year's graduates voted to honor him with the privilege of addressing them today. Professor Eakley.
I didn't realize what a tough job this would be following Freddie Davis's remarkable comments, but just wonderful to hear from you, Freddie, and wonderful to be here today with all of you. I should start by saying good morning, everyone, and congratulations, class of 2024. I am so proud to be standing before you as you start the next chapter of your lives in what I hope will be successful and satisfying careers. To begin, I need to share with you something that was easily my most disastrous public speaking experience. As Dean mentioned, I attended Oxford University and Yale Law School with Bill Clinton. He and I shared a small dorm at Oxford and a beach house outside of New Haven our first year in law school. Fast forward 20 years. He's now governor of the state of Arkansas, about to run for president of the United States. So I invited him to come to New Jersey to give a speech at a major event. I spent hours preparing my introductory remarks, peppering them with notable quotations, especially from Aristotle. When the event arrived, I apparently outwore my welcome, which was already into maybe 20 minutes. And then I got to the in conclusion, and I paused, and all of a sudden there was applause. But it wasn't for what I just finished saying, other than that in conclusion. That is when I realized that I had so worn out my welcome. In any event, why am I telling you this? Well, it's because when I told my wife that the Rutgers Law School class of 2024 had elected me to serve as faculty commencement speaker, the first thing she said to me was, "For God's sake, don't quote Aristotle." So, in graduating from Rutgers Law School today, you reach a finishing point, a significant milepost. but you are also just at the beginning of another much longer journey, that of lawyers who are part of a learned profession with ethical obligations that distinguish it from a trade. As previously mentioned, you will be taking the attorney's oath, among other things, committing to the performance of the duties of an attorney at law. We also had reference to what the New Jersey Rules of Professional Conduct put it as the obligation to render public interest legal service. I would like to dwell on one aspect of that professional commitment, career commitment to public interest legal service, and that is access to justice. And my point here is that your new license carries with it the obligation to contribute in one way or another to the provision of access to justice for people who cannot afford to pay for a lawyer. As a reminder, the preamble of the Constitution of the United States recites that we, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice and secure for ourselves the blessings of liberty, do ordain and establish this Constitution. The western and eastern porticos of the United States Supreme Court building bear the mottos equal justice under law and justice the guardian of liberty. And we regularly recite our Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States and to the country for which it stands, one nation under God with liberty and justice for all. These are not simply aspirational words. Our democracy and rule of law are fundamentally dependent upon the premise that courts and the law will be fair for everyone, that poor and rich alike will be treated equally. And yet our legal system is so complicated that in most cases access to our courts and to justice is dependent upon access to a lawyer. And by the way, who are the primary beneficiaries of our complicated legal system? It's lawyers. We benefit from the legal system in a way that no one else does, in part because of the monopoly to practice represented by the license. And yet, we're not going to be successful lawyers if we don't have a legal system that is true to its fundamental objective of providing access to justice and delivery of justice. As Stanford law professor and legal historian Robert W. Gordon has noted, in no profession is the gulf greater between ideals and practices than it is for lawyers. Perhaps surprisingly for some, there is no constitutional guarantee of a right to legal representation in civil legal matters, even though the lack of a lawyer can often mean wrongful eviction and the loss of a home, the loss of custody of a child, the loss of benefits, unfair treatment by the unscrupulous, and much more. It wasn't until 1974 that the federal government came tardily and cautiously to providing some federal funding for access to justice in civil legal matters through the creation and funding of the Legal Services Corporation. State governments have also kicked in some incremental funding, but the Congress and the states have never appropriated anything like the order of magnitude of financial support that would be required to close the monstrous justice gap between the legal needs of the poor and their ability to access lawyers and justice. Here in New Jersey, the most recent study reports that low-income New Jerseyans did not receive assistance for 83% of those civil legal problems. I hope that throughout your careers, you will remember the oath that you are about to take and consider what you can do to make justice accessible. You've already experienced what it's like to make that justice available and to provide legal services to those who cannot otherwise afford them in your 4,500 pro bono hours and your magnificent work in our magnificent clinics. You might decide to go directly into service by going into government service in one form or another, by joining a legal aid program or a public defender program, or a public interest organization such as the New Jersey Institute for Social Justice. If you go into private practice, as I did, or go to work for a corporation, you will find many opportunities to undertake pro bono work if you look for them. Not only will you have the satisfaction of helping someone else, in putting your education, training, and experience to use. You will also enhance your own advocacy skills. Finding the time and opportunity for pro bono work may be more challenging when you first start out, but I encourage you to look for those opportunities and get in the habit over time of always including pro bono cases on your docket. So as you go out into the world, I urge you to remember that you have been blessed with the ability not just to provide for yourself and your family, but to make a meaningful difference in the lives of others who need legal representation but who can't afford a lawyer. You will inevitably encounter challenges, indeed adversity, but I'm confident that you will learn from those challenges and overcome that adversity as you develop into great lawyers and effective advocates for and providers of access to justice. Again, congratulations on your graduation and heartfelt wishes as you go forward.
It is now my distinct honor to welcome Judge Zahid Qureshi as this year's commencement speaker. A valued alumnus of Rutgers Law School, Zahid N. Qureshi was appointed as a United States District Judge on June 23, 2021. Judge Qureshi is the first Muslim American to serve as an Article III judge in the United States. Judge Qureshi previously served as a United States Magistrate Judge for the District of New Jersey in Trenton since 2019, where he was the first Asian American to serve on the federal court in New Jersey. Judge Qureshi received his law degree from Rutgers Law School, Newark. He is a committed and valued member of the Rutgers law community, a beloved adjunct professor, and a mentor to our students. In fact, 2 of his current clerks are Rutgers Law graduates and are here in the audience today. I am personally grateful to Judge Qureshi for his commitment to our law school and to our students. Judge Qureshi.
These are some tough acts to follow, folks. I'm going to do my best. Dean Bond, Provost and Executive Vice Chancellor Robinson, Vice Dean King, Dean Chen, faculty and staff, they're all behind me. Mr. Davis, Ms. Riley, distinguished guests, everyone here at NJPAC, and of course the class of 2024. It is my honor to serve as this year's commencement speaker and to return home to the place where my legal career began. See, I sat where all of you sat almost 24 years ago, a proud graduate of Rutgers Law School. And when thinking about what I might say today, what might be appropriate, I thought, well, I'll just look at commencement speeches of the past. I mean, politicians, actors, musicians, famous public figures have all done these speeches over the years, so surely I can put something together that might inspire you. But as I looked to what others said, a question dawned on me. What would I really want to say? More importantly, what would I say to my younger self if he were sitting in this audience with all of you? And maybe just as importantly, what would my younger self want to hear from me? I'll tell you, I know what I'd want to say to him. I'd want to give it to him straight. No celebrities, no inspirational quotes that I could steal off one of those posters with little kittens on them. No references to famous jurists that came before me. Just a few pieces of advice for him to hold on to, and a sincere attaboy for his hard work in getting this far. And remembering my younger self, I think he'd want to hear the same thing. Now, I know I don't have a hot tub or a DeLorean time machine that I can use to travel back to the year 2000, but I can at least share some of what I've gained from my experiences over the past 20 plus years in this profession with all of you. And maybe there's some part of my experience that you can identify with. I mean, after all, I did sit here 24 years ago, a Rutgers Law School graduate, a member of the class of 2000. And when I entered law school, I was kind of on my own. I am the first generation in my family to be born in the United States and the first to attend law school. My family was educated, but not in the legal profession. They could not guide me in this arena. Right out of the gate, I was going to have to navigate law school and figure out the basics of the legal profession without anyone to hold my hand. I'd have to make my own way and make my own mistakes while doing so. Maybe some of you can relate to that experience, or at least part of it. And so I'll share with you what I would have told my younger self if I had the opportunity. So without further delay, here are the top 10 things I would say to my younger self if he was sitting with the class of 2024. By the way, I limited it to 10 because I remember my younger self. He would have nodded off at 11, so I'm gonna keep this short. Number 10, you don't need to have all the answers now. And even if you think you do, keep an open mind. When I graduated law school, I had no idea what I wanted to do with my career or my life. I simply set out to saw the wood in front of me. I thought at some point I would figure things out, and I did. Yes, it took some time, but that time allowed me the opportunity to learn more about myself and what I truly wanted to do with this law degree. As you embark on this journey, you are going to meet many different people working in many different areas of law. I've seen this before. What you believe you may want to do today may not be what you want to do tomorrow. Don't be afraid to make a change. And for those of you who may have a feeling of uncertainty, allow yourself the time to find your calling if it has not yet revealed itself to you. Number 9, the legal profession is a marathon, not a sprint. Now, I know you've all heard that expression before, but it's true. You are really just getting to your first mile marker. There are plenty of others to go. That reality does not make today any less significant, but your career will be measured by a collection of deeds, as will your life. It will not rest on any one success, or maybe more importantly, any one failure. When I think back on my career spanning over 2 decades, I can appreciate that it is built on a foundation of very few successes and many, many failures. Remember that as you continue through our profession. Number 8, we're getting there. Choose your own path, whatever that may be for you. Do not let anyone dictate what you should do in this profession. Life is short and too precious to be lived for someone else's goals. Do what makes you happy and make your mark in this profession, whatever that may mean to you. I am blessed to do the work I love to do, and I don't just mean my time on the federal bench. I've loved work that I've done before when I was in private practice and in government service. And some of those prior jobs didn't necessarily come with prestige or a higher income, but it was what I wanted to do. It was work that made me feel fulfilled, and I promise you, if you are unhappy in your profession, you'll be unhappy in your life. I've seen that far too many times than others. Focus on what will bring enjoyment and meaning for you. Number 7, the legal community is small, especially in New Jersey. Be respectful, be humble, and be that for everyone. Treat everyone with dignity and respect. Build a reputation early on that you would want to follow you, because it will follow you whether you want it or not. And on a personal note, there will be highs and lows in this profession. I've heavily relied upon family and friends and colleagues in very difficult times. They've served as an anchor when I've needed them most. As in other aspects of life, it's easy to be popular when you're at the top, but believe me when I say you will value those friends and those closest to you most when they are there for you at your bottom. Number 6, take care of yourself. If you seek some level of success in your career and in this profession, it comes with sacrifice. This profession will take from you. There will be times when you will have to push yourself. There will be times when you may have to prioritize your career over your personal life. That is the cost. Folks don't like to say that, but it is true, and that's okay. You will learn to find a balance, even if the scales shift a bit to one side or the other at different times. It can be done, and I've been managing that balance for many years, but never at the cost of my physical or mental health. Do not neglect your health. You are no good to anyone, your family, your friends, or your colleagues, if you do not take care of yourself first. Number 5, have some fun. Enjoy your career. Not every day will be easy, and some days may be harder than others, but look to find ways to enjoy your work and the people around you. You can actually have fun in the legal profession. I still do. For me, one of the more fulfilling aspects of our profession is being able to work with people I like, that I genuinely care about. It really is a blessing to go to work every day looking forward to the people you will see and interact with, and even vent to. Number 4, don't be afraid to ask for help. No one has a successful solo act in this profession. You will need to rely on others. I've had the benefit of learning from some great mentors and friends over the years. I would not be standing here today without the help of so many individuals, along with the support of my family. So do not be afraid to ask for guidance. Don't be afraid to let your guard down and build new relationships. It may not always work out, and that's fine, because when it does, you may find that some of the folks you encounter will enrich your life in ways you never thought possible. Number 3, never forget where you come from. Your family, your background, your Rutgers law roots. Always keep who you are at the forefront. There are a lot of distractions in this profession, lots of shiny objects. My family, my close friends have always been a source of stability for me, a constant reminder of who I am and where I come from. Do not lose hold of that. Number 2, be proud of your chosen profession. This is a noble profession. Don't be cynical. Don't let anyone make our profession a punchline. Whether you go on to work at the largest law firm or out of your own garage, I know from firsthand experience how one attorney can make a huge difference in the lives of others. The impact you can make on people's lives, in your community, with a law degree, especially one from Rutgers Law School, is great. I recognize the power and responsibility that comes with having a law degree from this fine institution early in my career. Do some good with yours. Recognize the good that others are doing with theirs, even if they choose a different path than you do. Number 1, see what we got there, folks. Pay it forward. You all know what that means by now. Give back to your community, give back to your law school, give back to your profession. Pass on to the next generation so they are at a better starting point than you were. Mentor them, teach them, hire them. And I don't mean 24 years from now. You and your classmates are all entering the same early chapter in your careers. Be there for each other. Be there for the next generation of Rutgers law students. That starts today. And when it's all said and done, when it's time to hang up your gloves, leave this profession better than when you joined it. Again, this is quite an honor to be here celebrating with the class of 2024. I hope you will all take some time today to enjoy this moment. Your families and friends are very proud of you. The Rutgers Law School alumni community is very proud of you, and we look forward to all that you will do as you embark on your legal careers. And know this, you always have a home here at Rutgers, well beyond your years in the classroom. Visit soon and often. We will be here waiting for you when you need us. Lastly, because I still have this podium, on a personal note, I would ask that everyone take some pause this Memorial Day weekend to remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice for our great nation. Congratulations, class of 2024. Welcome to our wonderful profession. Thank you.
Wow, what an inspiration. Thank you so much, Judge Qureshi. I'm pleased now to call upon Professor Barbara Hoffman, who, on behalf of the Committee on Scholastic Standing and the faculty as a whole, will announce the graduation prizes and awards.
Good morning. One of the most honored traditions of the legal profession is to provide pro bono service to those who are otherwise unable to access the legal system. So first, we recognize those students who at the outset of their legal careers have volunteered their time in legal-related activity in addition to meeting their academic commitments as students at Rutgers Law in Newark. Therefore, would each graduate who has completed at least 50 hours of pro bono service while a student at the law school, please stand to be recognized for your commitment to volunteerism and to expanding justice for all. I'm pleased to announce the academic prizes and awards for the class of 2024, as determined by the Scholastic Standing Committee and in consultation with the Faculty of Law. As each name is announced, I ask that the recipient rise briefly. The Justice Henry Ackerson Jr. Prize, donated by the late Justice Ackerson and continued by the Law School Alumni Association in recognition of his unique contribution to the school, is given to the most distinguished student in legal skills. This year's prize is awarded to Colleen Patricia Callender. The Rutgers Law School Award for Excellence in Health Law, which is awarded to honor superior academic performance in health law, goes to Colleen Patricia Callender. The Rutgers Law School Award for Excellence in Labor and Employment Law, awarded to the student demonstrating the highest achievement in labor and employment, goes to Matthew Harm. The American Academy of Matrimonial Lawyers Award to the student has shown the most aptitude in family law is awarded to Laura Elizabeth Ryan. Established by our late beloved colleagues, Professor Frank Askin and his partner and adjunct lecturer Marilyn Askin, the Frank and Marilyn Askin Award for Excellence in Clinical Studies is awarded by the law school clinical faculty to the student who, over the course of their legal education, has demonstrated an extraordinary commitment to the clients of the Rutgers Law School clinics and to the principles and values of clinical legal education. This year's prize goes to Fotini Sisiois and Brianna Azakowicz. Created in memory of our late colleague, Professor Alan Axelrod Prize is given to the student who most excelled in commercial law. This year's prize goes to Michael Leon. The American Bankruptcy Institute Medal of Excellence, awarded to the student who most excelled in bankruptcy studies, goes to Esther Soon Ju Huang. Established to honor our beloved late colleague, the Professor Charles Davenport Prize in Tax Law is awarded to the member of the graduating class having the best grades and highest achievement in tax law. This year's prize is awarded to Ning Ning Hung. The Morris Gann Prize in Evidence, recognizing students with the best grades and highest achievement in evidence, goes to Megan Teresa Galante and Joseph Bavilar. The Judge Leonard Garth Advocacy Award, created by his law clerks to honor the late United States Circuit Judge and mentor to generations of lawyers, goes to the student who most excels in appellate advocacy. This year's prize is awarded to Matthew Raber and Willa Sweeney. The Myron Harkavy Prize, awarded each year to the member of the graduating class who shows the most promise as a trial lawyer, goes to Elizabeth Weinman and Livy Elise Rule. The The Chief Justice Richard Hughes Prize, honoring the late Governor and Chief Justice, is offered to the member of the graduating class having the best record in New Jersey practice. This year's prize is awarded to Andre McMillian and Yehudas Lichtenstein. The Professor Eli Dramel Memorial Prize, offered to the member of the graduating class who has demonstrated the greatest interest and proficiency in public interest law, goes to Daniel Adamek. The Menlowitz Family Fund Prize, offered for outstanding and distinguished work in law and humanities, is awarded to Mason Wilkes. The National Association of Women's Lawyers Award is given to a student who has demonstrated the greatest commitment to women's issues. This year's prize is awarded to Katie N. Nsinga. The Carol Russ Memorial Prize, which recognizes members of the graduating class who have done the most for the promotion of women's rights through the law, goes to Catherine Ann Daniel and Annika L. Nelson. The Sarah Ramacharita Memorial Award is given to a law student for excellence in work on behalf of the underprivileged, particularly women, children, and families. This year's prize is awarded to Juliana Balabusta and Edenice Lima Enriquez. And a new award this year, honoring Lee Beenan, class of '75, distinguished criminal defense attorney and law teacher, is given to the student who writes the best note for the Women's Rights Law Reporter. The inaugural Beenan Award goes to Naomi Dora Grake Franco. The student with the highest grades in courses in property and related topics receives the Theodore Sorg Property Prize. This year's prize goes to Marissa Rhea Schiebel. Established last year through the generosity of an alumnus, the Intellectual Property Law Clinic Award is given to those who demonstrate the greatest proficiency in the clinical practice of intellectual property. And the faculty also bestows the Rutgers Law School Award for Excellence in Intellectual Property. This year, both awards goes to Francis Chung Sun and Nicole Kennedy Ryu. The Outstanding Clinical Award is presented by the Clinical Legal Education Association to a member of the graduating class based on the high quality of representation provided to clients. This year's award, recognizing remarkable work in the Economic Justice and Public Benefits Clinic, is given to Nicholas Ayala Afat. The Rutgers Law School Faculty Scholarship and Leadership Award, recognizing the student who's demonstrated excellence in a combination of scholarship and leadership, goes to Catherine Ann Daniel. So Rutgers Law in Newark has established several awards to be given for outstanding scholarly work in different fields. The Rutgers Outstanding Scholastic Achievement Award for Best Student Note, Comment, or Scholarly Paper goes to Madison Riga Shaper and Jordan Bondurant. The Scholastic Achievement Award for Environmental Law goes to Kevin Scott Leach. The Scholastic Achievement Award for Immigration Law goes to Haley A. Schultz. The Scholastic Achievement Award for Legal Writing and Research goes to Brennan J. Gray. And the Scholastic Achievement Award for work in publicly engaged scholarship, characterized by scholarly work that's of benefit to the external community, is visible and is shared with community stakeholders, goes to Anna Marie Griffith. The Anthony Engelbrecht Prize, awarded to the student who earned the highest scholastic average during the final year of law school, goes to Elias Souley Bull. The Philip Kravitz Memorial Prize is awarded to the part-time student who attained the highest academic average. This year's Kravitz Prize goes to Brennan J. Gray. Two awards, the Saul Tischler Memorial Prize and the A. Harry Moore Prize, given to the student who has attained the highest academic average during the entire course of legal study, are awarded to Madison Riga Shaper. The J. Skelly Wright Prize is given to the student who's contributed most to the civil rights, civil liberties, and human affairs of others throughout law school. This year's prize goes to Anna Marie Griffith. And finally, the Alumni Senior Prize is bestowed upon the graduating student exhibiting the greatest achievement during the entire law school program and showing the greatest promise as a future member of the legal profession. This year's prize goes to Sandra L. Halbing. So please join us in congratulating all the award and prize recipients. Finally, as the graduates receive their degrees today, some will be announced as having earned their degrees cum laude, representing the top 20% of the class, magna cum laude, the top 10%, and summa cum laude, the top 3%. Students in the top 10% will also be recognized as being inducted into the Order of the Coif, which is an honorary scholastic society that encourages excellence in legal education by fostering a spirit of careful study, by recognizing those law students who attained a high grade of scholarship, and by honoring those who, as lawyers, judges, and teachers, attained high distinction for their scholarly and professional accomplishments. Only 87 American law schools have been granted Order of the Coif chapters, and Rutgers Law was the first to be honored in New Jersey. Congratulations to all the members of the class of 2024 for earning your law degree, and especially for those recognized with such impressive honors.
Will the candidates for the degree of Juris Doctor please rise? Will the Faculty of Law and other members of the Platform Party please rise? Upon the recommendation of the Faculty of Law and by virtue of the authority of the Board of Governors and Trustees of Rutgers, the State University of New Jersey, I confer upon each of you the degree of Juris Doctor and declare you worthy of all the rights, privileges, and special obligations here and elsewhere appertaining thereto. Please be seated. Congratulations. Graduates will be presented on behalf of the faculty by Vice Dean King. Assisting in the conferral of diplomas today is Dean Chen. Professors Kelly Deere and Reed Weisbord will bestow the hood of the Juris Doctor degree upon the graduates. Also, I ask Dean Regina to stand and join me in congratulating our graduates. We are delighted to have with us today certain alumni with a special connection to a particular graduate who will be hooding those graduates. Would all of the special hooders from the faculty and those in the audience please come on stage and take a place to my left? Ms. Davila, would you please escort the graduates to the platform to receive their degrees?
Stephanie Acosta. Daniel Adamek. Maihan Faralam. Jolanis Alexandre. Autumn Denise Alford. Kyle M. Allen Jr. Brenda Batista Alves. Richard J. Anderson. Mark Annette. Evan Armstrong. Brianna Y. Zakowicz. Nicholas Ariema. Michael S. Ost. Sarah Nicole Ostino. Nicholas Ayala Afawant. Christine Baffo. Benjamin Bafumi. Lauren M. Bailey. Juliana Balabusta. Joseph P. Baldovsky. Connor J. Barron. Connor graduates cum laude, and I'm sorry, Christine Baffo also graduates cum laude. Mahan Farlan graduates cum laude, and Daniel Adamek graduates magna cum laude in Order of the Coif. Joseph S. Bavalar. Joseph graduates cum laude. Brandon S. Becker. Gabrielle Mary Bieferman. Edward Beltray. Mario Benetti. Louisa F. Betancourt. David C. Bialy. Tiani Baupe. Tiani Bope. Emily Bolano Diaz. Joseph Bondren. I'm sorry, Jordan Bondren. Jordan graduates magna cum laude in Order of the Coif. Juliana Marie Bongiovanni. Connor James Brophy. Elias Soleil Bull. Elias graduates magna cum laude in Order of the Coif. Michelle D. Burke. Nicholas Bykov. Nicholas graduates cum laude. Colleen Patricia Callender. Colleen graduates summa cum laude in Order of the Coif. Thomas S. Cannell. Joseph Carlson. Joseph graduates cum laude. Molly Larkin Case. Tiffany Castillo. Her name was already called, but Shirley Castillo. Marissa Catalano. Marissa graduates summa cum laude in Order of the Coif. Christina Cho. Angelo Nicola Cifelli. Princeton Carter. Nando B. Sorelli. Anthony Conti. Kamani Monet Cook Christian. Michael Anthony Covelio. Oh, I'm sorry, Jillian Sixsmith Cox. Lee Thomas Crutcher. Daniel Peter Cucino. Daniel graduates cum laude. Giovanni Cuervas. Maurice E. Daniel. Maurice graduates cum laude. Catherine Ann Daniel. Catherine graduates summa cum laude in Order of the Coif. Frederick Irwin Davis. Freddie graduates magna cum laude in Order of the Coif. Wilbert Kyle Davis. Dante Nestor de la Pava. Susan Leigh Durasmo. Martin Diaz. Rebecca Doherty. Rebecca graduates cum laude. Oh. Rebecca Oluwatoyin Doherty. Rebecca graduates cum laude. Jamie Donovan. Paula Echeverria. Samantha Eggy. Joshua B. Elberfeld. Sarah A. Elgalad. Adam K. Elshama. Livia Ann Engel. Livia graduates cum laude. Emma Mary Rose Enright. Emma graduates cum laude. Laura Tamris Ensminger. Kimberly C. Icorlino. Sim Arisaus. Jessica Elizabeth Escobar. Naharayan Escalin. Naharayan graduates cum laude. Natalie Espinoza. Erin M. Farley. Ashlyn W. Fay. Michelle Allegra Drew Ferdinand. Fiona Catherine Finnegan. Fiona graduates magna cum laude in Order of the Coif. Alicia Elaine Fiorina. Jacqueline E. Foy. Naomi Dora Grake Franco. Nick B. Gagua. Megan Therese Galanti. Megan graduates magna cum laude in Order of the Coif. Gina Garabay. Melissa J. Ginden. Cameron M. Goldstein. Vanessa Gomez. Christian Gomez. Anais Gonzalez. Kelsey Lee Gorman. Kelsey graduates cum laude. Taylor Ann Gospoderic. Taylor graduates cum laude. Brennan J. Gray. Brennan graduates summa cum laude in Order of the Coif. Lauren Green. Jasmine Teresa Green. Anna Marie Griffith. Katerina Lee Gulpen. Alexander James Brent Guerra. Chase T. Gunther. Chase graduates cum laude. Yasmin Hafez. Barbara M. Harris-Jackson. Barbara M. Harris-Jackson. Sandra L. Halbing. Sandra graduates magna cum laude in Order of the Coif. Joshua David Hanau. Lexis Hankins. Matthew D. Harm. Matthew graduates cum laude. Max R. Herman. Ning Neng Hong. Jason Hu. Justin L. Hudak. Christina Marie Huergo. Esther Soon Ju Huang. Sarah J. Iannarelli. Katie Ann Insinga. Got it. Rashad Marlise Jones. Christopher J. Justice. Christopher J. Justice. Matthew Singer Kasirer. Matthew graduates cum laude. Also, Daniel Kaschek cannot be here today, but Daniel Kraschek, congratulations. Jake Keste. Thomas Kiesel. Michael Clean. Monique A. Klitbo. Alyssa Nicole Knight. Alan Kotav. Daniel R. Kazimbo. Daniel graduates summa cum laude in order of the coif. Sean David Kramer. Sean graduates cum laude. Shubhrant Kumar. Jeremiah C. Lacan. Varun Lakshminarayan. Eric Lascano. Kevin Scott Leach. Jasmine May Lee. Jennifer Lee. Rhonda A. LeGrand. Mark Lekich. Michael Leon. Ian Chase Lettieri. Joshua A. Lewis. Yehudis Lichtenstein. Yehudis graduates magna cum laude in order of the coif. Caroline Griffin Lequinco. Edianis Lima Enriquez. Samantha Lauren Little. Jamil London. Danielle Monica Lowry. Laura M. Malabe Lux. Daniel Evan Marino. Frank Marone. Kirsten Deirdre Mason Jones. Janine Massoud. Janine graduates magna cum laude in order of the coif. Sam Albergo Mastriani. Ryan Michael McKenna. Mark McLaughlin.
Gabriela Victoria Gomez Teixeira Mendez Ferreira.
Got it. Gabriela Victoria Gomez Teixeira Mendez Ferreira. Gabriela is graduating magna cum laude in Order of the Coif. Anna Mehraiban. David McHale. Alexandra Minogue. Stephen Mursky. Tony Mitchell. Tia Mitchell. Alexander Lewis Mitchell. Admir Molik. Sydney Tate Monroe. Stephen Moskowitz. Sean C. Muirhead. Annika L. Nelson. Jonathan Taylor Nens. Michelle Marie Nestor. Daniela Andrea Nieves. Andrew N. Nerchio. Stephen S. Northington. Jenna Elizabeth Nudo. Tiga V. Nuana. Jeanette K. Nueme Singley. Janet K. Nueme Singley. Nana Ama Afasuhini. Nana Ama Afasuhini. Keanu Gonzalez Oliveira. Keanu graduates magna cum laude in Order of the Coif. Mallory Blair Olwig. Mallory graduates cum laude. Cheryl Ede Osakwe. Juan Bolivar Pacheco. Jennifer Ann Pajak. Krishna V. Pandya. Samantha Lee Panikali. William E. Pastor. Dara A. Patel. Sneh Patel. Elizabeth Grace Paterno. Elizabeth A. Perchin. Gabriel R. Perez. Anna Maria M. Petraka. Frank J. Petracco. Frank graduates magna cum laude in Order of the Coif. Dylan Thomas Petro. Julia Lynn Pickett. William J. Pursa. Hannah Pinto. Caden Victor Polk. Nicole Maria Portu. Harley V. Powell. Ryan Robert Protter. Ryan graduates summa cum laude in Order of the Coif. Joseph Edward Putrello. Matthew L. Raber. Matthew graduates cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Racine. Jake N. Ranali. Jonathan Rawson. Jonathan graduates magna cum laude in Order of the Coif. Samuel Bradley Reich. Kristen Noel Riley. Juan Carlos Reyes. Ryan Rieger. Alvin Ivan Rios. Kellyanne C. Rooney. Livy Elise Rule. Joseph M. Rulo. Tiana A. Russo. Laura Elizabeth Ryan. Nicole Kennedy Ryu. Nicole graduates magna cum laude in Order of the Coif. Daniel Mark Salerno. Daniel also graduates magna cum laude in Order of the Coif. Alexander Julius Sargis. Madison Riga Shaper. Madison graduates summa cum laude in Order of the Coif. Kristen Anna Slaughterbeck. John F. Sember. Marissa Ray Shebel. Marissa graduates summa cum laude in Order of the Coif. Christine M. Sheridan. Leon C. Schuston. Nicole G. Simmons. Nicole graduates cum laude. Amanda Rose Simone. Marcus M. Sinclair. Sukhvir Singh. Fotini A. Sisoyas. Amadi Jahan Slaughter. Alexander Michael Slazewski. Nicole Isabella Sedano. Nicole Marie Spallanzani. Nicole graduates magna cum laude in Order of the Coif. Lauren Spinazzi. Lauren also graduates magna cum laude in Order of the Coif. Lucy Isabella Sprague. Lucy also graduates magna cum laude in Order of the Coif. Cedric St. Pierre. Matthew W. Staniloff. Lindsay Lee Susan. Willa Sweeney. Willa graduates summa cum laude in Order of the Coif. Ryan J. Swisman. Miguel Tapia Colon. Dalia Suriel Tejada. Stephen C. Tai. Francis G. Chongsun. Francis graduates cum laude. Daniel Tokash. Robert J. Tusignan. Tristan Julius Van Horn. Elizabeth Van Winkle. Sarah Vasquez. Kevin Vega. Brian Andres Velasco Cadena. Gabriel J. Waldman. Ryan Nicholas Wallace. Penelope M. Way. Penelope graduates cum laude. Elizabeth A. Weinman. Elizabeth graduates magna cum laude in Order of the Coif. Stephen Anthony Weiss. Marissa Althea Wellington. Chanel Abigail White. Ronald Philip Walenta. Ronald graduates magna cum laude in Order of the Coif. Mason Wilkes. Tiana Nicole Williams. Jalen E. Williams. Diana M. Woody. Diana graduates cum laude. John P. Wichiskala IV. Walter Weinkoop. Walter graduates cum laude. Hillary Yao. Shala Yedish. Shala graduates magna cum laude in Order of the Coif. Caleb J. Yost. Daniel M. Zaslavsky. Melanie Gabrielle Zelikovsky. Jeff Zhang. Robert Zuckerman.
Congratulations again. I would like to now invite Melissa Riley, Rutgers Law Class of 2018 and President of the Rutgers Law Alumni Association Newark, to come up to the podium to say a few words now that the members of the Class of 2024 have joined the ranks of alumni.
Good morning, everyone. I didn't realize that I was going to be the last person holding you from beginning your celebration, so I went in the back, deleted some paragraphs, and I'll be quick. Dean Bond, distinguished faculty, graduates, family, and friends, thank you for including me in this day of celebration. My name's Melissa Riley. I'm a very proud graduate of 2018 and current president of the Alumni Association for Rutgers Law Newark. My main purpose here is to welcome you to our Alumni Association. By no choice of your own other than going to and graduating from Rutgers, you're now a part of our distinguished organization. So welcome. Luckily for you all, we don't require any dues. There's no required activities. We just ask that you give back to the law school. Whether that means coming to our annual gala, going to student events, helping us fundraise, helping your fellow alumni or current students in their endeavors, whether to get jobs, switch to a different job, hand cases over. You guys are now part of a very elite group of individuals. And Rutgers Law is like a family. Like all family, you're never allowed to forget one another. And it's going to be pretty hard to forget one another after the 3 years you just endured together. So your path after today will not be linear. Sure, most, if not all of you, are going to begin studying for the bar next week after you enjoy today and the weekend. But heck, I started in litigation, never thought I'd do anything other than that. COVID came around and the courts were closed. So the law firm I was at, one of the partners who I had not networked with, right, but just became friendly with, asked if I could read the cannabis statutes that were recently published in New Jersey. Me, knowing nothing about cannabis, said sure, because you should always, after today, be open to opportunities. That brought me to McCarter in English, where I was practicing cannabis law and completely switched from litigation to corporate, because that's where the needs of the clients were. If you had asked me when I was sitting in your seat 6 years ago, I would say you will never see my butt doing corporate law or transactions. I don't know what M&A is. I don't know what the NASDAQ is. You're gonna see me in a courtroom. But my open mind and willingness to learn led me to then moving in-house to an international corporation, doing a dream job. So please, if you take one moment from today, maybe it's Freddie's speech, maybe it's, if you didn't know already, that Professor Eakley was Bill Clinton's friend and roommate in college. My memory from graduation is when Professor Ball, who is, if you had him, big Red Sox fan and hates the Yankees, and he'll tell you that. I know, he might not have the best taste in sports, but he was our class speaker, or he was our faculty speaker. He opened up his gown, took a Yankees hat underneath the podium, and was wearing a Yankee shirt to celebrate us. So that was my memory that I will never forget, and I hope that you all have one from today. So again, welcome to the Alumni Association. We are here for you in whatever you need for the future, and congrats.
It is now our tradition to administer to these new law graduates the oath of professionalism. I also invite any member of the bar present in the audience to rise and recite the oath along with our new colleagues as a reaffirmation of our commitment to maintaining the honor of our profession. Will the graduates please rise and repeat after me? In accepting the honor and responsibility of life in the profession of law, I will strive as best I can to conduct myself with dignity, courtesy and integrity, to treat all persons with fairness, civility, respect, and honesty. To work always with care. With a whole heart and in good faith. to promote inclusiveness in and equal access to the judicial system, bar associations, and the legal field. And to serve, protect, and promote the fair and impartial administration of justice. This concludes the convocation ceremony. Congratulations to the class of 2024. During the recessional, may I ask all members of the audience to remain in their seats until the platform party and the graduates have left the hall. Please accept our invitation to join us for a reception just outside the doors of the hall in NJPAC's lobby and in the adjoining restaurant, Nico, where we can continue celebrating our graduates and their achievements. Professor Knoll, will you now please lead us in the recessional? Thank you.
I just had a lot of beef.